And here we are back again. Now, who doesn't need a filing fairy to take some of the load off? And right now we have Carri, Filing Fairy, with us. And she has a business that actually tries to help you get organized. She brought lots of photos so that she's going to show us some of the photos. But right now we have her in person. Hey, Carri.
Hi, Ann.
Yeah. And what did you brought some stuff? And tell me how does somebody decide they need you? I mean, anybody looking in their own house probably says, I really need somebody. But what makes them take that extra step?
A lot of times people have an event coming up or a situation that prompts them to want to make a change. You'll see some pictures that I had sent ahead. One of them, the person was...
Maybe we could, well, let's start showing the photo, and then you can talk about them. How's that? Would that be okay, guys?
So,
there we
in
are.
this situation, I
There's
was
two
called
pictures there.
by a family member because the person was tripping a lot, and they had so many obstacles that they were tripping, and an ambulance was coming for lift assist frequently.
Oh.
So a family member thought they could really use some
There was
help.
just too much stuff around.
There was too much stuff around. So we downsized some stuff, we donated some stuff, and we reorganized. And most of these pictures are from that same house.
Oh, same house.
When you get to the after pictures, you'll see what a big difference it is. And I help them maintain the house. I don't just leave at the end.
Okay, now this looks a little bit more organized.
That is absolutely more organized. That was the part, that room was where the wife wanted to focus first. That was the part bothering her the most. So we started there. Look at the kitchen.
Yeah.
Much more functional,
Yeah.
much safer now.
Well, sometimes
Hygienic.
you just need another eye on it because you're living in it, so it's kind of hard to see.
They call that clutter blind, actually.
Oh, okay.
There's a term. And if we keep going to the pictures, that's still the same house in an after picture. Yep. The one on the right there, or is that stage left?
Well, no, they're seeing, that's what they see on the screen.
The basement picture, that family was preparing for a move, and they hadn't listed their house yet. Their garage looked like that. Their basement looked like that.
And we all know that you've got to declutter before you show your house.
You've got to declutter. Well, it turned out that basement had been like that for the past 8 years. They had lived in that house.
So it wasn't like they were...
No, they moved before, and they just put everything in the basement.
And they didn't unpack.
So they unpacked the things they needed. Then they bought more of what was down there. But we went through it. You'll never guess what we found in those boxes.
Gold? No. Box of gold.
We found the deed to the house. We found the husband's Social Security card.
He
would not have been able to sell the house if we didn't find those things, right?
Right.
So not only had the mom kept all of the daughter's clothes from all the years, but we found really important papers.
So you have vintage clothing.
We did a lot of donating,
Yeah.
a lot of donating. They had a very large yard sale, and they were able to have the house prepared for sale and meet their goal of moving in a timely manner.
Well, sometimes, don't you think it's just so overwhelming because if you've been living in a house, say, for 40, 50 years, and now you're going to downsize, and you've got all your kids' sporting equipment, and you've got the pictures, and you've got the files, and how long do I keep my tax records, and how long should I keep receipts? And so you have all this stuff, and it's just overwhelming.
And that's really why I started the business. I saw a lot of my friends were helping their parents when the parents had to downsize, and I saw them getting dumpsters and talking about where to donate and how long to keep things, and I thought, no one wants to do that by themselves.
No.
And I had been teaching before. I'm trained as a special ed teacher. Yeah. I said, I want to make my own hours. My kids are still young. I want to make my own hours. So I started the business.
I bet you're overwhelmed.
I love the business. I feel like I do more teaching now than I ever did in a classroom.
Yeah. So now you've brought a few things with you. So let's talk about it.
Sure.
And you have something on the floor.
Well,
all right, let's go here.
If you were to ask me what tools I couldn't live without, these would be the two things.
Okay.
I'm always walking around labeling, and I tell people...
I label everything.
If we've gone through a box but we haven't labeled it, we're going to do it again, and we don't want to waste that kind of time. So these are generally in a pocket with me.
Just like the carpenter, you got your little
I do, actually.
Well, I got one of these from my daughter. It doesn't have the drawers in it.
It doesn't have the drawers.
No, it doesn't have the drawers, but that's okay. I have used this every day for 20 some odd years.
So I see a lot of people in the chronically disorganized population, or just people that have too much mail coming in. And so this shows you to what day for each day of the month, and you put the bills in by what day they're due. Mine has a little extra spot for those extra things.
Okay.
And I tell people,
I have a piece of glass that I put in there. The extra stuff goes on the other side of the glass.
oh, that works.
See, so it doesn't get mixed in with this. And I put all my cards here that I'm going to mail for birthdays and
concert tickets, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Doctor's appointments, sometimes you have to bring that lab work slip. Those go in here. I'm sorry that you don't have the drawers.
Those little things,
Stamps and checkbooks and pens.
Well, I have a roll top desk, so I have plenty of space.
Okay. And then I do a little bit of work with students.
Is that a timer?
This is a
I use
timer.
a timer all the time. Gosh darn, I should come get a job with you.
So people can see how much time is passing or how much time is left on a project. A lot of people are time blind. They don't realize how long it takes them to do things.
I use a timer all the time. Basically, when I'm working at my computer, a lot of times I'll set that for 40 minutes so that at the end of 40 minutes I get up and I go take a load out of the washer, or I do dishes, or I weed whack or do something for another 40 minutes, and then I go back in and work. Or else I'd be behind my computer for 24 hours straight.
And we're trying to get people to do
Moving.
exactly what you're talking about. Move the body, do more than one thing. This is another.
That's okay.
It does work, yes. I'm switching a lot of clients over to the dispill method. I see a lot of people who have, especially the elderly population, who have a lot of medications. And so the pharmacy that I use, and this is a sample one that they give me, will package it. It says the medication, if it's a morning medication or a nighttime. And she tells me she can fit up to, I think, 11, she says, in each square.
You put them in there. Yeah, and they usually use M&Ms to show.
Yep, and we got some Swedish fish.
In a previous life, I used to get these from different companies that I'd have to approve that they were used, because you can't always mix some medications can't be mixed together. So it was kind of interesting. So yeah, this is really anything, I'm speaking as a pharmacist now, anything that can make you take your medications when they're due and at the proper time and not forget to take them is so important. Believe me, it's so important. And then if you haven't torn it off, you haven't taken it, right?
Right.
Great idea.
And if you need to remember what medication you take, if somebody's asking you, or if an ambulance comes,
right
you
up there.
just bring this with you.
You got to have everything labeled.
Do you have these at home?
Those, I have them. I just put them under a couch.
Well, I use these when we're staging a house to get ready for sale, and I have to rearrange furniture so we don't scratch the floors.
Yeah.
So,
but those are great. I put them under a couch that is kind of heavy,
exactly.
But it works perfectly. So anyway, if you want to learn more about getting organized, this is the lady you want to talk to, Carri here, and I'm sure there's other companies that do this as
there
well.
Are.
And I'm not putting one above the other, but Carri happens to be here, so we're talking about that. And she talked about these as being her go-to things. My go-to things is duct tape and WD-40. I have that. That's my go-to.
I'd like to say one more thing about my colleagues, if I can.
Go.
We meet locally. We have a group called Saratoga Organizers and Stagers, and there's probably about 12 active members. We refer each other all the time.
Yeah.
I have a niche of working more with chronically disorganized and special populations. I don't do estate sales. I have a couple of people I refer for those.
Yeah, see.
I don't do things like kitchen design.
Yeah.
We have an organizer who used to be a kitchen designer. I refer those jobs to her.
So they work together.
We absolutely love to work together.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Carri,
you.
for being here today. We're going to take another quick break, and then you're going to find out how you can have a great time and not worry about parking or driving. Stay tuned.